Life has two rules. Rule number 1, never quit. Rule number 2, always remember the rule number 1. You are born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan, prepare and execute. So in this video, I will talk about the most important chapter for NEET 2023. And also, I will give you a brief overview of important chapters and how to prepare them in an easy way. So stick to this video till the end. First, let's start with physics. If you take physics, there is nearly around 30 chapters. In these 10 chapters are very important. You will get around 32 questions only from these 10 chapters, and you can comfortably score 120 to 140 marks if you are thorough with these 10 chapters. Okay, let us look into important topics of these lessons. If you take kinematics, you will get two types of questions, that is from equation and from graphs. To master kinematics, I suggest you to study all the formula derivation, because most of the time you won't get questions that requires the finalist equation to solve that. Sometimes you will get questions like you need to know about the equation in the middle steps in order to solve that question. So what you need to do is you need to have a basic idea like where to use which equation. It comes by practice. Once you are thorough with these steps, you can do well in kinematics. And next, laws of motion, work, energy, power. Here you will get questions from Newton's laws of motion, pulley problems and frictions. And to master this lesson, you need to practice many unsolved problems as possible. Many students start feeling overconfident after solving already solved problems in books and stops there. Solving already solved question is the first step. You need to go ahead and solve unsolved problems so that you can develop your own problem solving strategies. And next, thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is a very important chapter. If you are thorough in this chapter, you can attend questions in both physics and chemistry. So take proper notes for this lesson and be very thorough with isobaric, adiabatic, isothermal and isochoric processes, and practice graphical questions. And most important is sign convention, like work done by the gas is positive and work done on the gas is negative, and this is opposite in case of chemistry. So take care of that also. And next is electrostatics and current electricity. In these lessons, concepts is tricky. In this lesson, you will get lots of creative questions. Question takers can ask you different types of questions. Most of the time, you need to do some imaginations to solve these questions. Most of the students will skip these chapters, but I take this as a challenge and I will do questions, and things will get better after enough practice. And optics, we can divide this into wave and ray optics. Wave optics is very simple and very few concepts is there. And this is opposite in case of ray optics. You can't study ray optics in a single day. Little drops of water make a mighty ocean. I used to study few pages from these chapters daily. Instead of skipping, you can follow this strategy to master ray optics. And last 3 lessons, dual nature of matter and radiation, EMI and AC, and semiconductor devices. These 3 chapters are very easy. I hope everyone feels the same. I think understanding concepts and solving only previous year question is sufficient for these chapters. Very few concepts and formulas is there, so that you can study this chapter in a very short period of time. As a conclusion, to master physics, understanding concept is the first basic and important thing, and follow these tips to score better. For biology, I don't like to mention any important chapters. You need to study all the chapters. I consider this as a very basic thing to write NEET exam. Please don't leave any chapters in biology. Reading each and every lines in these 2 books is mandatory. Please don't make any excuses to study all the chapters of biology. Each and every line you read is very important. Practice drawing the diagrams and mock parts of it. And don't forget to read the chapter introduction notes and summary, and also the supplementary if you are using bold NCERT. As the exam is on May, it is necessary to revise biology and chemistry part more frequently, and I recommend you to revise at least 10 times before the exam. To revise in an easy and active way, you can make use of NEET app. NEET has questions taken from each and every line of NCERT. It has 30,000 plus questions taken from each and every line of NCERT. For biology and chemistry, diagrams and chapter summary, everything is included. For physics, it has video lectures, concept building sections, and 30 plus years of previous year questions for practice. And out of 50 questions, 42 questions from chemistry came from NEET app. For chemistry, in addition to chapter-wise MCQs, NEET has interactive formula section especially made for physical chemistry and organic named reaction. I believe this will be super helpful for you. And there are various plans available. You can pick the one which you want. For all these plans, you will get a discount of 300 rupees if you use our code NEETMaster30. NEET is 100% NCERT based, and it is best to revise your chapters and to test your knowledge. Next, moving on to chemistry. There are around 30 chapters in chemistry, but these 12 chapters are very important. You can comfortably score 110 to 120 marks if you study only these 12 chapters. Apart from these, you must read these basic chapters before reading other chapters. That is, before studying any inorganic chapter, you must read periodic classification. Before studying any physical chapters, you must read mole concepts, atomic structure and chemical bonding and molecular structure. And before studying any organic chapters, you must be very thorough with GOC lesson. Okay, fine. Let us look at some important tips to study these 12 chapters. Okay, first of all, coordination compound. To master this chapter, be thorough with nomenclature, isomerism, valence bond and crystal field theory, that is VBD and CFT theory, and color, magnetic property and uses are also very important. Solve previous year questions. Most of the time, same questions will be repeated with different values. And P block. You can't study entire chapter in a day. You need to spend time daily to master this chapter. Create short notes. Do combined study with your friends. Make sticky notes, flashcards and mind maps to master these chapters. And next, equilibrium, solution and chemical kinetics. And for these 3 lessons, you read NCERT or watch any lectures and make your own notes. And before solving questions, read your notes again and again and be thorough with all the formulas. This is the perfect strategy for these chapters. And for organic, I used to make a colorful notes because it will be more interesting to study your notes when you make it more creative and colorful. Practice as many questions you can in order to master organic, and always write exceptional questions in your notes. And even though you are very thorough with the concepts, while solving questions, you will come across new types of questions. So please don't panic at the situation. Instead, copy those questions in your notes. This will give you enough confidence, and if you have any doubts, make sure you clear that very soon. Okay, these are some tips to master these important chapters.